First, let me say I am an optimist. So this is not a rant on pessimism, and this is not an indictment. This is merely an observation. And in fact, if you watch till the end of this short talk, I'll share with you why I believe everyone can be healthy. Now, years ago, when I was involved in a network marketing company, companies like Amway and Mary Kay and ACN, part of your success depends on what you personally sell, but part of your success also depends on the team that you build. In other words, people whom you recruit into the company. And one of the things that I learned is that my job, if I'm looking for recruits, is not to convince anybody. I can't convince anybody that this is a good opportunity for them. My job is simply to sort through the prospects and find the red apples. So they gave an analogy of, sorting through a basket and you find red apples or green apples or rotten apples. And no amount of convincing is going to turn a rotten apple into a red ripe apple. In other words, no amount of convincing is going to change someone who's simply not ready and doesn't see the opportunity. You can't change them. You can't force them. You can't make them do something that they're not ready to do at that moment. So the job is simply to sort through people. You invite people to the briefings, and you invite 100 people, and 100 people say they want an opportunity. But of that 100, 10 may show up to the briefing, and of that 10, 2 may actually sign up. And of those 2, 1 may actually stick with it long term. So you realize that your job couldn't be to convince 100 people. You simply have to sort through the 100 to find the 1 who might be ready at that moment. In a similar way, of 100 people who I reach through my channel who say that they want to be healthy, 10 may actually start doing some of the protocols. 2 may actually stick it out and see some success. So I realize that there are reasons for that. And in thinking about it and in dealing with people both in sales as well as in, just in life in general, there are a couple of reasons why. And they're all connected, but the first one is personality. Some people simply don't have the personality traits that are necessary to be successful in any endeavor, but particularly when it comes to health. They may be more flighty, they may be, less persistent, whatever the personality traits are that are required. They simply may not have that. They may not become healthy because of their upbringing. They may have been exposed to people who are sick. They may have not developed good habits. They may simply have an upbringing that is just counterproductive to being healthy. Their belief system, again, these are all connected. Their belief systems that they developed during childhood. They may believe that certain lifestyles are normal and certain lifestyles are abnormal. They may believe that aging in a particular way and at a particular rate is natural and normal, and that's what they expect. They may have certain beliefs in terms of their religious beliefs that predispose them to eating a certain way. So their belief systems are going to determine whether they actually are healthy or not, and the more they adhere to those systems. Their lifestyles, whether they are into, partying a lot and drinking alcohol and smoking and whatever, lifestyle may affect their degree of success. Their impulses, some people aren't able to control those impulses. They are controlled by the need for immediate gratification. So there's that as well. And it all boils down to a certain amount of conditioning, whether it's conditioning from the family, whether it's conditioning from the environment, whether it's conditioning from marketing, whether it's conditioning from the school system or the belief systems or the church. People have been conditioned and brainwashed to think about health and illness and aging and cure and medicine and herbs and, lifestyles in a particular way. So that conditioning can be so strong that people simply can't break free from their expectations of themselves, their expectations of their bodies, their expectations of life in general. So that all boils down to, again, a belief system, a way of being that is just simply uh, counterproductive to being healthy. And that's why I say that there are some people who, no matter what they profess, they will simply not have what it takes to maintain the lifestyle that's necessary. And again, this is not an indictment. This is not saying that you are this way or he is that way, but it's simply an observation of what tends to hold people back. Because I've run into people who, for example, will have a certain amount of success. Maybe they've fasted and realized that they feel tremendously better, but simply there's something missing, something lacking that prevents them from continuing the protocols over time, whether it's the influence of their family, whether, whatever it is, the personality, the upbringing, the beliefs, the lifestyle, the impulses, or the conditioning. That's the a state that the general public is in that might prevent them from success. Okay. Now, here's where I believe that there is a lot of hope. One of the things that I believe also is that you choose your manifestation. We as physical beings have come here and we've chosen our parents, we've chosen the life themes that we are going to engage on. Some people are on a life theme of justice. Some people are on a life theme of fragility, victimhood, being dominant, whatever. There are 44 different life themes. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about it, you can check out Sylvia Browne's book, Life on the Other Side and Back, or you can even check out my book, Turn Your Passion into Profit, where I incorporate the life themes. But that's a belief system that many people have, and many belief systems and religions in the world have that philosophy as well. So that you've come here on a particular life theme and you choose some of the challenges that you are going to experience. So think about this for a second, whether you believe it or not. Let's suppose that you chose to be afflicted with chronic headaches and back pains or whatever else. Now, so in your physical manifestation, you are experiencing that. Here's where the hope comes in. It could be that you've chosen this particular affliction. You've chosen this illness. Did you choose it so that you can experience the illness and so that that illness will be the cause of your demise? Or did you choose it because it's something that you want to overcome? Maybe your life theme is not one of being a victim, but one of being a victor. So since you may not know exactly what the reason was, again, did you choose it so that it could be something that you fall victim to? Or did you choose that illness because it's something that you came to overcome and be victorious over? So because you don't know that, then you have to try. You have to do your best and marshal all your resources to address the illness that's challenging you. So on that level, that's why I believe that everyone can. Now, that means, however, that it's going to be a challenge. If it's something that you need to overcome, then it's not going to be easy. It's something that you'll have to devote the necessary courage and discipline to overcome, which brings me to a point that I bring up in all my books. I believe that you can achieve anything in life, whether it's business success, whether it's romantic success, whether it's health outcomes that you desire, if you have the appropriate courage and discipline. That's what I've boiled it down to, that people simply don't have. They don't have the courage to step out of the norm and the entrenched belief systems, and they don't have the discipline to keep doing it despite the failures, despite the setbacks, despite the appearance that things aren't progressing. So that's what's required, courage and discipline. So even though there are some people who are predisposed to not be healthy, I believe that with the appropriate focusing of courage and discipline, that it is something that many more people can achieve. But again, it requires work, it requires commitment, it requires persistence, and it's not an easy thing to do. But I hope that's encouraging to you, and I'll see you in the next video.